Hello students, welcome to my tutorial on learning how to type. And so we have two different ways of doing it. We could either use Stamina or an online program called Speed Typing Online. This tutorial will be a two-parter. First, the first video, this one right here, is going to talk about some of the basics. And then my second video will give you a game plan as to what you should be doing and some tips. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. This is for 3rd through 7th graders. Of course, you can start learning a little bit later. So if you are an 8th grader or a 9th grader, or even an adult who wants to learn how to type, this will work for you as well. But this is specifically for my students who are 3rd through 7th grade. Okay, so first I want to address why should we learn how to type. I want to motivate you guys. I want to make sure your hearts are in it and you actually understand the importance of learning how to type before we actually dive into how to type. This is a very important and useful skill to have in life. Students must type all the time. Okay, so whether you're doing essays or homework or reports, and they get longer and longer as you get older and older. So let me just tell you your future right now, you're gonna need to know how to type. It will make life so much easier if you do. When you are younger, you only need to type maybe like a one-page paper, right? In elementary school, just a one-page paper. But as you get older and older, it starts getting, more and more pages. 2 to 3 pages, 3 to 5 pages in high school. Even 5 to 10 pages sometimes in high school, but definitely in college you're going to be writing 10 or more pages, sometimes for reports. They're major reports, major research projects, and so you have to write lots and lots and lots of pages. So being able to type, it's such a useful skill to have. Not just when you're a student. Adults must learn how to type. Adults must type all the time as well. So work reports, work evaluations, even email correspondence, right? So there's a lot of typing for adults. Speed, or how quickly you finish a task, can be important, right? If all your coworkers know how to type, they get their work done a lot quicker. If you don't know how to type, by the time you're an adult, right, you're going to be a lot slower at getting things done. Chicken pecking, two-fingering it, chicken pecking your way through all these long documents that you have to create. It's not going to be good for you. So you'll have a very, very big disadvantage. Outside of school and work, right, there's a lot of use cases for typing, right? Whether you're writing emails or posting on social media, right, it's going to take you a lot of time to do those things compared to somebody who can just whip up something really quickly, because they can pretty much write almost as fast as they can think, right? Okay, so it's a big advantage. Oh yeah, right. Regarding technology, you get everything done faster, right? Anything tech related that you're interacting with a computer and you're typing in commands, yeah, you're gonna get things done faster. Okay, so those are some reasons and why you should learn how to type. I hope that motivates you, and your future is you're gonna need to know how to type, no matter what you do. Whether it's for work or for outside of work, being able to type is important. Okay, I just want to go over some of the time commitments and computer requirements for learning how to type. Okay, so you're going to need roughly 8 days. They don't need to be continuous, like, it doesn't have to be every single day. Maybe over Christmas you might be busy with family and you might not be able to get to it, but that's okay. A good holiday, yeah, so I mean, Christmas break, summer vacation, spring vacation, Easter vacation, that is. Anytime you have about 8 days or so, it could be even during the school year, that's fine too, at home. You need about 20 or 30 minutes per session that you do type. But you see, so there's not a lot of time commitment to learn how to type. And this is, every year you do this, right? In 3rd grade, you do this. Set aside 8 days. In 4th grade, set aside 8 days. In 5th grade, right? So every year from 3rd grade through 8th grade, 3rd grade through 7th grade, set aside 20 or 30 minutes per day. Okay, don't give up. Parents too. Okay, what will happen is students will say, they'll complain, this is too hard. I can't do it. Mom, Dad, I can't do this. This is impossible. I'm not going to be able to do it. And then parents are usually like, okay, well, I guess if it seems impossible. So, then you don't have to learn how to do it. Forget it. Don't worry about it. No, don't give in. Students and parents, please, please, please don't give in. At first, it's going to seem like it's going to be hard. But that's the way everything is. Think about sports. Think about musical instrument. If you started learning a musical instrument and, after 1 week you're like, this is too hard, I'm never going to learn how to do it, I give up. Well, everything in life you're going to probably give up, right? I mean, after a week, nobody's going to be good at something, right? Same thing with sports. You play a sport and you're like, well, this is so hard, man. I can't do this as well as other students can. Well, yeah, that's the way everything is the first time you learn it. So please, don't give up early. Pretty much any computer you can use. Tablets, any tablet too, as long as you have an internet connection and you have a keyboard, then you're good as well. Okay, so if you're going to go with a Windows PC, it can be an ancient computer, Windows XP, circa 2002. I mean, really, really old. 2001, yikes. You can have a 20-year-old laptop or a desktop, and it will work fine. So Windows XP, Vista, Windows 8 or 10, that's fine. If you're going to use a PC, then awesome. Then I recommend you go ahead and just download and use Stamina Typing Tutor. I'll show you that later. The website is just typingsoft.com. Okay, you can also download it from other websites, download.com and CNET and different places like that. But I recommend just going directly to the source. Typingsoft.com. There's usually no advertisements here, and if you go somewhere else, you might accidentally click on the wrong thing, and Okay, so go to typingsoft.com. Okay. Well, if you don't have a Windows PC, if you have a Mac, a Chromebook, a tablet, as long as you have an internet connection and you have a keyboard, Bluetooth keyboards are great. That'll work fine. Then you're not going to be able to use Stamina Typing Tutor. Stamina only works for Windows PCs. But I have typed up all of the lessons the exact same as Stamina. I've typed those all up and I've posted them online. So you can go to an online website called speedtypingonline.com and you can access those and you can have the exact same lessons that we're going to go through. Now, if you just go directly to this link right here, speedtypingonline.com, you will not be able to find the stuff that I've made. So make sure you go directly from the link in the description below, right below this video on YouTube. Just go click on the description and it'll drop down a list of all the links of the websites because every lesson is a different link and it's kind of a big long link. But trust me, that's where it is. So also, you can do this if you have a Windows PC and you're like, well, I don't want to download and install Stamina. Well, I feel like Stamina is better, but if you would prefer not to download it, you can also use Speed Typing Online directly from obviously a Windows PC that has an internet connection. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that you're going to have to do to master typing, some of the requirements. Do not look down at the keyboard at all. Okay, so students, please, 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 you're going to be tempted to do it. Don't do it. Don't look down. If you look down, you're never going to learn how to type. By not looking, it's strange. It sounds strange, right? By not looking, you learn how to type. If you look, your brain, it tells your brain is actually very smart. It does not try to remember anything that it doesn't think is important. And if you use your eyes and look at the keyboard all the time, it's telling your brain, relax, take a break. You don't need to remember this kind of information. But if you stop using your eyes, it forces your brain to remember, oh, that's where that key is. I have to reach up with this finger or I have to use that finger and hit here. And so please, please, please don't look. Okay, in order to facilitate this at home, because, parents, you can tell your students, don't look. And, they're going to try not to. But a lot of times I find that a lot of students are still tempted to and do peek like all the time. Every 10 seconds, they're looking back at the keyboard, taking a quick peek like this. So unless you can be there sitting right in front of them and you'll be able to see their eyes, but probably what's going to happen is you're not going to be watching over them during that half hour of typing. So the best way to do that is either cover their hands with a t-shirt or a towel or something like that, and that covers the keyboard as well. That can get kind of in the way sometimes. So the better option, I would recommend getting a big long cardboard box and cutting it so that one side of it is open so that you can put that on top of the keyboard and their hands can still reach on inside, and they can probably still sneak a little bit of a peek, but hopefully not too much. So cut that out, and then that would make a great cover. Okay, focus. You do need the focus. If you don't have focus, if you don't have concentration, you won't be able to type. You must concentrate and use your brain, not just your fingers. It requires both your fingers and your brain to type. Okay, if you're just using your finger, then you're just going to be mashing any keys and you're just going to be pressing random keys, and that's not learning how to type. Pace. Slowly and thoughtfully is what your pace will be. Okay, remember, this is not a race. You're not just trying to blow through the lessons as fast as you can, and because a lot of times students will just press anything if that's the case. Go slowly and carefully and thoughtfully. Make sure you're using your brain, thinking before you press a key. Don't just be like, I don't remember where that key is. Is it this one? Is it that one? Is it this one? Is it that one? No, don't do that. Think, okay, I think that, right? Try to think and remember the name of the lessons, and that will help you remember which key it is. I'll show you that tip coming up later. But think, don't guess. Okay, speed is not important, actually. Speed is measured in words per minute, WPM for short. Accuracy is important. You will get fast. If you learn the right way, it's just natural that you'll get good at typing, and speed is just a natural result. So don't worry about speed. It will happen. What you need to concentrate on as a beginner typer is accuracy. You're trying not to make mistakes. You're not trying to type fast. You're just trying not to make mistakes. Okay, so focus on accuracy, not speed. Errors must be under 10%. Okay, make sure you're under 10. Anything over 10 is a fail. Anything under 10 is a pass. Okay, if you get exactly 10, okay, we'll say that's a pass too. But if you get 10.1%, well, then that's a fail. Okay, the less the better. You want to be as far away from 10, hopefully, as possible. I mean, you don't want to be over like 9% error all the time. That means that you're kind of making a lot of mistakes. So as far away, like the edge of a cliff, you don't try to get as close to the edge of the Grand Canyon as you can. You try to get a good view, but stay as far back as you can. Okay. If you're using Stamina, which I'm going to show you later, please make sure you turn off the on-screen keyboard. If that keyboard's on, you're not going to learn how to type. It'll be easier to type, but you'll just be, playing whack-a-mole and, just hitting whatever lights up. And so that won't actually help you learn how to type. I'll show you that in a minute. And the F2, the function 2 key on your keyboard, is how you turn on and off that on-screen keyboard. Okay. Here is the typing lessons by grade level. Third graders are going to learn DFJK. That's the first lesson. That's the easiest lesson. That's the only lesson. And, you don't have to follow this exactly. I mean, you can always, go at your, do more or less. But I recommend third grade is a great grade to start learning how to type. They're not too young. And they're just old enough. Fourth grade will be DFJK and ASL semicolon. Fifth grade, VBNM as well. And in sixth grade, they're going to learn 2 more TGYH and ERUI. And in seventh grade, they're going to also learn QWOP and short words. Again, you don't have to follow this exactly. This is the way that I do it. This is the way I recommend doing it. But, obviously if a student wasn't here third grade and decides to jump in now, then yeah, you could go ahead and jump in as a fourth grader just doing DFJK and nothing else. But usually students who in that case, a student who comes to CLA and hasn't been here in years past, I'll just have them jump right in on that grade level, and they almost always can do it. I might give them a little bit extra time to, but, usually they can jump on in. So this is what I do, but you don't have to follow this exactly if you decide to do a little bit more or a little bit less or whatever. Okay. So now let me just give you a quick introduction to Stamina and speed typing online. So these are the two options, and that's the picture. On the left is Stamina, on the right is speed typing online. And so let me show you guys what these both look like, and then that will conclude this video, and then I will have a second video on specific goals and tips for learning how to type per grade level, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, so let's take a look at Stamina now. I am going to go ahead and I already have it open. Here's Stamina, and you can see here that when well, first of all, actually, let me just show you how to. Let's go here first. See, I'm on typingsoft.com. Okay, typingsoft.com. And when you go there, you're going to see this. And you're going to click right here on Stamina Typing Tutor. And you're going to click here on, underneath the word download, Stamina 2.5. And you're going to go ahead and click right here on Stamina Typing Tutor 2.5, free.exe. You're going to download that and install that. There's also other languages you can learn. Now, when you download and install this, sometimes antivirus might say, hey, I don't trust this. I guarantee you, if you've downloaded it from typingsoft.com, this is not a virus. Let me just explain how antiviruses work sometimes. Antiviruses sometimes work on what's called reputation. And so when it finds a file that, especially a program, an app, right? So like this is a .exe, this is a program file. If it finds one that it doesn't have enough reputation, it will just automatically flag and say, hey, I've never heard of this. Out of the hundreds of thousands of users that use this antivirus, almost nobody has downloaded this thing called Stamina Typing Tutor and used it. So just in case, I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to say don't use this software because since it's so obscure, I'm just going to flag it as a virus, which is incorrect. So please don't worry if you download and install this program on your Windows computer and your antivirus says, hey, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to flag this just in case. No, your antivirus is completely wrong. I guarantee it. If you're going to typingsoft.com, this is not a virus. Okay, download and install it. And once you do, you're going to have something that looks a little bit like this. And it's going to have, by default, it's also going to, here, let me just go ahead and minus out of that. It's also going to have music and stuff like that. So let me just go ahead and turn back on. Kind of annoying. You could either turn off your speakers or you can just go up to options and toggle on and off. Or you can press the function. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay, you also have this keyboard. See, there's a picture of a keyboard, and you can change. It's going to be tiny. I made mine a lot bigger. So let me show you how to do that. First of all, F2 on your keyboard, function 2, or just go to menu, options and uncheck that. That will get rid of that picture of the keyboard. You should not have this picture of the keyboard on while you are learning how to type, because all you'll do is look down here instead of up here. You'll look down here and play whack-a-mole, right? Whatever lights up, hit it. Whatever lights up, and that won't help you remember where the key is. So please turn that off with the F2 key. See, F2, on, off with F2. Okay. A couple other things that you want to do if you're using Stamina. Go to options and then settings. And what you want to do is click on the keyboard tab up here and then change the width of it to 100%, because by default I think it's like 65% or something. So the keyboard's really, really small. But Ms. Yang, I thought you just said we're not even going to have a picture of that. Yeah, we're not going to, but it's, and I've changed my colors of different things. You don't have to do any of that, but yeah, it's kind of nice to change it to 100% instead of just 65% or whatever it is. You can change the picture of it. you can also, what you're going to want to do for sure, though, is you're going to want to change the speed format. Instead of CPM, which is characters per minute, which is how many buttons you can press in 1 minute, that's not how anybody measures typing. Everybody measures it by how many words in 1 minute. The average word length is about 5 words. And so what it's just going to do is say, in 1 minute, how many words can you type? So words per minute is better. So change it from CPM to WPM for sure. Okay. Also, you can change. What I would also do is change the text font size to large. You can go extra large or if you'd like to too, but I went to large. And I changed some of the colors of that right there. Okay, I'm going to hit OK on there. And this is stamina. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. The space bar starts the lesson. There's a timer up here on the top right. Let me move this down so you can see this. On the top right hand corner, there is a timer. Escape is how you stop your lesson. Okay. And, mode right here. Here's where all the lessons are. They're in basic lessons. So click on mode and then go to basic lessons. And here they are. DFJK, ASL Semicon, VBNM, TGYH, ERUI, QWOP, and short words. Those are the ones, by the time we cover all those, you'll know every letter in the alphabet. Okay? All right, now there's other ones. You can go ahead and try long words and some other ones when you, in 7th grade, right? If you could try some other ones if you'd like to, but those are the ones we're covering there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on DFJK, and you can, as you can see here, see, look, it says DFJK right up here. That tells you what lesson you're on. And again, to change lesson, you can go to mode, basic lessons, and change it. You could also use the keyboard arrows on your keyboard. If I press the right arrow key, look what happens. It went to the next one, ASL Semicon. Right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow. As I keep on pressing right arrow, it's changing. And left arrow, left arrow, left arrow will bring me back over. So left and right arrow key will change the lesson for you. Or you just go up, here, mode, basic lesson, right? Okay, spacebar starts the lesson. Escape stops the lesson. You will never need to press escape, really, unless you need to, pause and go use the washroom or blow your nose or something like that. Because the lesson will just go ahead and stop automatically when you finish one. Okay? Let me just demonstrate real quick. I'm going to press a space bar. And see, there's sound effects too. You can turn off sound effects, but there is sound effects too in this. So, there is a dark gray on this side. There's white on this side. These are the letters I'm going to type. As I type them, they're going to move over, meaning that I'm done. And you see, it lights up on the keyboard down here which button I'm supposed to press. The timer doesn't start until you start pressing keys. So I'm going to press the letter F. And you see, now the timer is actually moving. And again, I have to press F. You see, it's lighting that up. So F again, then J, J, J. Then spacebar. You see it's lighting up down here what you're supposed to press. Now, again, do not have this picture of the keyboard on while you're typing. I'm going to press the F2 key right now. Function 2. Here, let me actually turn on my picture of my hand and my keyboard here. F2 right up here. See, now that I've done that, F2. Now that I've done that, it has turn off the picture of the keyboard. See, F2 on, F2 off, F2 on, off, right? And so F, F, J, F, J, spacebar, J, F, F, J, J, spacebar, F, J, F, J, F, spacebar. And see, that's how it works. Now, if you make a mistake, what's going to happen is it won't move. So I'll press F right here, right? This is the F key. I'm going to go ahead and press F. See, it didn't move, and it made a sound effect.
No.
Right? Every time you do that, it's going to make a crazy sound effect, and it's going to not move. That's how you know that you've pressed the wrong key. See, if you press the right key, no sound, but it moves. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, and let's go ahead and see what my score is. Pretend I finished. I didn't finish. It will automatically finish for you. And, how do you know where you are? Take a look down here. Mine is orange. Yours might not be orange, but you see this little orange sliver right here? When that sliver moves all the way to the end of this picture here, that means you're done. So I've just barely started here. That's how you know approximately where you are. I'm going to press escape. Okay. Now take a look. Here's my score. It's not very good, but don't worry, I was making mistakes on purpose. Okay? Look, my speed, which is not important, is 5 words per minute, which is really slow, but that's not important. What is important is your accuracy or your errors. You need to have 10% errors or lower. This is 11, so I've done too many errors. Don't worry, errors can go up and down. This is percentages. I know 3rd graders and 4th graders, you might not know what percentages are right now, but it's just like free throws, or when you make free throws, your free throw percentage goes up. If you miss them, they go down. So it can go up and down. Watch, I'm going to hit resume right here, and I'm going to press a few keys correctly in a row. Right? And now let me go ahead and stop the lesson by pressing escape. And take a look. My errors went down. This is not how many errors you have. This is what percentage. Basically what that means is every 10 buttons you press, including space bars, every 10 buttons you press, you're allowed to make up to 1 mistake. Hopefully you don't make any. But within 10 buttons that you have to press, hopefully you don't make more than just 1 mistake. Okay? So my errors are now under 10. Okay. So there it is. That's stamina. And let me go ahead and hit finish. And there we go. And, I can go to the next lesson and the next lesson and the next lesson. Let me just show you short words. In 7th grade, you'll be able to do this one. Let me go ahead and do this. I'll just type for a minute here. Hopefully I can do it. Yikes. Okay, let me just stop right there. So as you can see here, I don't expect anybody, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I don't expect anybody to type that fast. I have had some 6th and 7th graders type that fast. I'm not that great of a typer. I'm just an average typer as an adult. I can type about 60, on good days maybe even 70 words per minute, but usually I'm in the 60s. Okay? But again, don't worry about speed. And don't just mash any keys, right? I mean, you want to go slow and carefully. But that is stamina right there. Okay, that's it for stamina. You've seen it. Now let me talk about speed typing online. Okay? Oops, let me go here. Okay. If you just open up speedtyping.com, you will not be able to get to where you need to go, right? So speed typing online, online.com. Okay? Yeah, you can go here, but it's just going to give you just a sample test for you to type, right? But luckily, what I've done, see, I went ahead and clicked on custom text, and I went ahead and set up custom lessons, which is exactly what Stamina has. The DFJK, the ASL semicolon, all of them, short words. So the link will be down below this video here. Click on the description, and you'll be able to see the links to it. So you're going to have the links, and if you open up the links, it's going to say, for DFJK, it's going to open this up. See, look, this is the entire lesson of DFJK right here. You can't see it all, but trust me, it's there. And speed typing online is just a little bit different. So what I recommend is changing a couple things. So there are 3 major differences. Number 1, it doesn't give you your percent error. It gives you your percent accuracy. So in other words, you want to get 90% accuracy or better, okay, instead of 10% error or less. You want 90% accuracy or better. So that's the way it is. It doesn't let me change it to show errors instead, but it shows you your accuracy. Okay. The other thing is that it shows it like in paragraph format. So please click on this button right here, switch up. When you do, look, it looks exactly like stamina now, right? So you only see a little bit of what you need at a time instead of like the whole paragraph. I find it a lot better to see it this way. The other thing about this is it does not stop and make, it doesn't, if you make a mistake on a key, it will just keep on going. So it doesn't stop and force you to type the right key. So let me just type right now. F, 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 J, 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 spacebar, F, F, J, F, J, spacebar. Now I'm going to make a mistake on purpose. I'm going to press the F key where it's supposed to be the J. I'm going to press F. You can see my finger right here on F. I'm going to press that. See, it doesn't force you. See, my accuracy just went down. It just highlights it in red, right, if you make a mistake. Let me make another mistake. Let me press J right here instead of F. Bam. See? My errors went down. My accuracy went down, I mean. I'm going to press the wrong key again. I'm just going to press spacebar a whole bunch of times. See, look, my accuracy is going down, 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 down. And, yeah, so you're not, oh, and it doesn't even count that as you typing. Okay, anyways, so that's the other big difference between that, between stamina. Ooh, the last major difference, sorry, there's 4 differences, sorry. The fourth and final difference between stamina and speed typing online is, look, it gives you a time limit. Stamina just forces you to finish the entire lesson. It will automatically stop at the end of the lesson. But speed typing, it gives you a 1-minute typing limit. So you might not finish. You probably won't even finish the test. And it'll just go ahead and stop after a minute. That's not good. So what I would highly recommend is, okay, let me see here. Okay. See, take a look here. First, change the the test time from 1 minute to like 20 or 15 minutes. I'm going to change it to 20. Well, Ms. Yang, then you want me to type this over and over again for 20 minutes? It's just going to keep on doing this over and over and over again for 20 minutes? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. But look, stop when you see the word end appear. Because what I've done at the end of every lesson is the word END, all capital END is just going to show up. Then go ahead and stop and then take note of what your time doesn't matter. But your speed, write that down. It's kind of nice to know what your words per minute was because you'll be improving as you practice, right? And your accuracy, right? Write down what your accuracy is. Hopefully it's 90% or better for this, okay? All right, so there it is. That is free online typing test and that stamina. And that's the end of this first video. And I have one more video for you guys to watch, and that will give you an idea of what, how to type, what to know, the tips and advice that I have for how to learn how to type, as well as what lessons and what actual course I would recommend. What should I be typing every day during those 8 days? I actually map everything out. So make sure you watch my second video. Third graders don't have to watch all of it because I start teaching from the beginning, but after a while, I'll say, hey, third graders, stop watching here. That's all that you should know. Then after, I'll teach a little bit more, and I'll say, fourth graders, stop watching. And then fifth graders, stop watching. I'll teach a little bit more. Sixth graders, stop watching here. And I'll teach a little bit more, and that'll cover all of the things for up to 7th grade. Okay, hopefully this video has been helpful. And good luck with your endeavor to learn how to type. See you in my next video.